What's up, guys? In this video, I want to talk a little bit about something that everyone has most likely heard about, for sure, which is working out, exercising, and physical fitness. If you're waiting to feel motivated to get in shape, newsflash, that moment's probably never coming. And the truth that no one tells you is you don't rise to the level of your goals, you're going to fall to the level of your routines. And when it comes to fitness, it's not just about six packs or summer bodies. It's really about just discipline, self-respect, and consistency, showing up for yourself when no one else will. In this video, I'm going to break down why a fitness routine is one of the most important foundations of a successful life, and how to actually build one that sticks, even if you failed in the past. Let's get into it. So I want to first preface by starting this off by saying I am by no means, I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not the most in shape person in the world. But one thing I will say is I have been consistently lifting weights for about 10 years now. I'm 25 years old. I started when I was 15. I've never once missed a week of working out for 10 years straight. So by this point, it's pretty much in my DNA, and I have like a mental disorder. Like if I were to miss a week of working out, I think I'd go crazy. So it's kind of a blessing and a curse. There's certain things that I don't do a ton. Like I don't run a ton. I do a lot of walking, and I'll do the Stairmaster and some kickboxing every here and there, but I'm not a huge runner. But this video is just going to be mainly based around the fact that physical fitness is important, even if society will tell you that it's not. And I'm going to walk through some of the mental benefits, the physical benefits, and really how you can go about creating that structure. So your goal should, like I said, be able to create some structure and routine in your day-to-day life, because fitness sets a physical rhythm that regulates everything, right? So that's sleep, mood, motivation, and routines remove the decision fatigue that is going to come inevitably every so often. Even myself, I've experienced this. Like when I was in high school and I was working out a lot for football, and we also had a powerlifting team at my school, and I loved lifting when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, but I'm not going to lie, from probably 21, 22 upwards, so the last few years, 23, 24, 25, I really don't like working out anymore. I really don't. I don't even like admitting that, but I pretty much just, by this point, it's just routine. So if I get off work, and it's 5 or 6 or whatever, and I know that I have to work out that day, I'm still going to go, right? Not because I necessarily want to, but because it's literally ingrained in my DNA by this point. So I think that if you guys, it can be tough, and I've even experienced this myself because I've tried other hobbies. For instance, I've been getting into kickboxing more and that type of stuff. I've also been getting into chess a lot more. I play a lot of chess now, and starting a hobby when you're already in your 20s definitely can be harder to get it more ingrained in you, but you still got to start. You got to start, commit to 90 days, commit to 6 months, whatever that may be. And I always tell people too, you don't need to be Arnold Schwarzenegger or Jay Cutler or Ronnie Coleman. You don't need to be the biggest dude ever. But what you do need though is just a routine for yourself. If you're someone that right now is watching this and maybe you're overweight, or you're someone that's not necessarily where you want to be in terms of your fitness, I'm not coming after you by any means at all. I still, every person goes through hard times. I myself have been there's been times where I was leaner, there's times where I was a little more bigger. But what I would tell you is that it is important, and you should start for sure. And I think deep down everyone knows that. But a lot of people struggle with what to do, how to get started, and how to structure their day. So I'm going to kind of give you some basic tips here. The first thing I would say is, if you're someone that's just getting into working out, just commit to minimum 3 times a week. Like I said, you don't need to be someone that works out 5-6 days a week. You honestly do not need that. There are plenty of people. I used to train people a little bit, with personal training, but even right now, I have one of my good friends is a personal trainer, and he tells me all the time, there are so many people, especially in their 30s and 40s, who maybe are busy moms or busy fathers, and they work out 3 times a week, full body workouts, and they get their steps in, and they lose weight, and they feel better. They're happier, right? So you don't need this crazy structured routine and worrying about, time under tension and eccentric motions and how much rest am I getting and all this stuff. You don't need to be super particular and write every set down in a notebook. You can do that if you want. But it really just comes down to calorie input versus calorie output, your sleep, your diet, and just your movement exercise you're going to get. So you just need to create structure around that. The second point I want to kind of dig home here is physical progress drives psychological progress, right? So if you're someone that is struggling a little bit with this stuff, showing, and going about creating those physical wins will create momentum in other parts of your life. So strength in the gym equals confidence outside of it. The gym is going to give you something objective. Put in work, get results. And movement, quite literally, not to sound like a gym bro science guy here, but movement releases endorphins, improves focus, and lowers anxiety, all of which affect your drive and success. I've had anxiety my entire life, and I am telling you to the T, working out has helped with it. I still have it for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, but like when I work out, like I just feel better. Like put it this way, I have never once ever gone to the gym and left thinking, damn, like why'd I go? Like every single time I leave the gym, I'm happy. You get your blood flowing, you got a good pump, you're working out, you feel good about yourself. Like, don't you guys want to feel good? And it's kind of like one of those things where if you choose to go to the gym or you choose to maybe go outside, go on a walk, every single time you do that, you're like reinforcing that confidence and trust in yourself. Like, man, like, yeah, I am doing this. I am serious about this. And then after you're done, you always feel good. And let's look at the opposite side of the coin there. What if you didn't go? What if you just sat at home and ate Cheez-Its? Like you're not going to feel as good after that. Every time I've done both, right? Trust me, it's nice to sit around too. Don't get me wrong, but when you compare it to the endorphins and the feeling you get from actually working out, it's something that seriously is just it's unbeatable. It's unbeatable. And one point I want to touch on here, like I said, guys, you don't need to be someone that's super, super into it. I think a lot of people, especially women, feel this way. They think like, oh, like, I'm scared to lift because I don't want to get too bulky. Like, bro, you know how many people work out for years and they ain't bulky? Lots of people aren't even that big and they've been working out for a long time. So you think you're just going to pick up a weight one time and get bulky? It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Like, you don't need to be Mr. Olympia. I myself have the advantage. I've been doing it for 10 years. I squatted literally 500 pounds in high school, was benching like 350 in high school. I was always a stronger guy. I did put in the work to get there, but you don't need to be someone that's like, a state champion powerlifter or anything like that, like I was. You just literally just need to have a routine and stick to it. Whether that's 3 full body days per week, right? Whether that's maybe an upper body day, a lower body day, and then a full body day. Whether that's just doing, maybe 3 workouts and then some cardio on top of that as well, like walking outside, getting your steps in. It doesn't have to be that complicated. And when it comes to whether it's strength training, whether it's, cardio type of things, like exercising in general has so many benefits. So many. Like I could literally talk for hours about the benefits. But for both men and women, right, you're going to have improved muscle mass and strength. You're going to have fat loss and body composition improving. It's going to improve your bone density. It's going to improve your mental health and anxiety and depression like I just was talking about. It's going to improve your metabolic health. It's going to improve your hormonal balance and even your cognitive function. Like literally everything is going to improve from you improving your physical fitness. If I see someone, right, and people can argue this all they want, but this is, I would argue, pretty true. If you see someone and they're in good shape, automatically, maybe not consciously, but subconsciously, you're probably thinking that guy or woman probably has their life together a little bit more. And the reason I'm prompted to make this video here is actually something that happened recently. So where I live, like I have like my own like kind of like flat. It's like on the second floor with a balcony and stuff, right? And there was someone that recently moved into the place, not directly below me, but like they're on the first floor and they were like one door down. And I was doing my morning steps. This is probably around like 7 or 8 a.m. or something. And they're moving into their their spot down there. And I'm not trying to be mean, but they were like a bigger couple. Like they were probably, north of 300 pounds. And they were carrying this like mattress in. And I was walking by and like the guy was like dropping it and like really struggling. I was like, hey, do you want me to help you? and they're like, oh yeah, that'd be great. So I helped them, and I picked up the mattress. Like, I mean, it's a mattress and it's not that heavy, and I was carrying in with them, and the guy was really, really struggling. Like, he kept dropping it, and like he was like literally like dripping sweat, and he like couldn't even bend over. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, and like I said, I'm not trying to sound mean here, but like, dude, I just couldn't imagine like feeling that way, and especially in front of my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't ever want that for myself. I don't want that for you guys. So, I was used to be fat when I was younger. Not necessarily as much anymore, obviously, but it's one of those things where it's not even necessarily about how you look. It's just literally like it improves your actual health. You will live longer. It's easier on your joints. I have an uncle who's, a little bit bigger as well. And like, he has trouble walking, and it's like, oh, I have bad knees. It's like, no, dude, it's because you're 300 pounds. Like, it's not supposed to be mean. It's just the truth. Like, if you get in better shape, you will have improved cardiovascular markers. Right? You have better blood. If you're a guy, your testosterone will shoot up. Better posture, reduced risk of lower back pain, right? It will regulate your blood sugar. Like, everything will improve. So if you're watching this, guys, and if you want me to make a video down the line, maybe diving into the more details of how to create a good fitness routine, I'm happy to do that. Drop a comment if you want me to do that. But if you take anything away from this video, guys, just start. Just stay consistent. You don't have to work out every single day. Commit to minimum 3 times a week. Get steps in and exercise. If you're going to strength train, stick to the compounds. Stick to stuff that works. You know what I'm saying? Bench press, pull-ups, squats, rows, like flies, like the stuff that's core that has been around for a while, curls, like, tricep pushdowns, a lot of these things. And like I said, I'm happy to make a more in-depth video if you want. But you guys, you got to get started. It's very important. It's important for yourself. It's important for society. It's important for your relationships, your family, everything. And guys, if you come from a family that used to maybe isn't super health conscious, because I was like this, guys. I grew up in a family where, like I said, I'm not coming after them, but my parents were bigger growing up, and like my family and all that, like extended family, they're all bigger, and they've made a lot of changes now, like in the last like 5 years, and they've all lost like some weight, but be that black sheep of your family. Be the person that gets in shape. Be the person that says, no, like, I don't want to eat that cake. I want to actually like be healthy. I want to lose weight. I want to build muscle, right? There's, it shouldn't be like this thing that's taboo. Everyone should be doing this. And, life is always going to throw curveballs at you. You're always going to have to maybe work late, like a certain day, or your work might pick up certain week, and, you might feel great one week, you might feel terrible the next week, but your routine is going to keep you grounded. Your routine and discipline is going to give you that freedom. It's going to help you create that structure that lets you thrive when others spiral out of control. And even if everything else is going wrong, a workout is going to give you a win for the day. And that's one of the most important things, guys. A workout will always be that small win that you can count on. So to kind of wrap this video up, guys, like, you don't need to be perfect. Like I've said many times, you don't need to be Mr. Olympia. You don't need to be working out like, 2 hours a day every single day, right? But you just need to be consistent. Set a routine, stick with it. The real value of a fitness routine isn't about the muscles. It's about what it teaches you, right? It teaches you how to show up when it gets hard. It teaches you how to keep a promise to yourself, and really how to stop letting your emotions control your habits. So let me ask you guys this. What's the real reason you haven't stuck to a routine yet? And what would your life look like 90 days from now if you committed to a fitness routine, committed to showing up, even when it's hard, committed to doing those workouts? Right? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to hear where you guys are starting from, and maybe even follow along with your journey. Like I said, if you like this video, please consider subscribing, sticking around, and let's all get fit together. Let's all improve our lives together in every way possible. And, self-improvement isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifestyle. Thanks, guys. See you in the next video.